the second week of October, and we are continuing our exploration of fear with Gone Girl. Not for the fear of one spouse going missing, but the statistical fact that in more cases than not, the husband did it. So there's no point in looking at any evidence that doesn't back that up. Joining us for the first time this week, we have.
Oh, what's up, everybody? This is Jaton. How's it going?
I'm Matt.
I'm Chad, and this is the 129th episode of We Used to Talk About This at. So, yeah, I mentioned this last week, but we had a last minute schedule change. So I'm sorry about that, Matt. And also a guest, because 2 weeks ago, I said that we were going to talk about Gone Girl, but then some stuff came up and Jared and I did an episode about something that just came out in the theater. So my bad. But it was a fun conversation. So, you know. But yeah, we're back on track. We're continuing on track. And we got a new guest on the show, Jaton. So I'd like to ask you, Jaton. This is the interview portion of the show. Who are you?
I am Jaton. If I don't know how long ago, but Matt brought up on one of your guys' podcasts is about meeting new people or new friends and playing video games, or not video games, but board games and such. I was that family that he was talking about. So he told me about your guys' podcast, and he always invited me, but I'm really shy about putting my face out there and stuff. So I hesitated and I just here I am. That's me.
Here.
Yeah, and yeah, I help coach the baseball team over here, and Matt's son is on my team, and he's good friends with my son. So that's how we met. And
so
yeah.
It wasn't always baseball though, because you coached football last year, right?
Yeah, I assisted last year.
Okay. So
Speaking of football, he's going to coach football this year, and I will be his assistant this time.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate you sat on that for weeks that you were helping coach the football team last year, Matt.
Well, because I wasn't I was officially part of the team. I was just a parent to help out. Now I am official. I get my own cap, and if you're a coach, you don't have to pay the fee. So I will be. I won't have to pay that money. So now I'll be official. Last time I was just helping out.
Okay. So you help coach football and baseball. Do you help coach any other sports for the kids?
No, I'm a shy dude.
Okay.
So I don't really get out there, but now I feel like now's my time. I guess I don't know, but I haven't really coached. But sports, I always played it.
Okay.
But now my kids are all into it, and to be a part of that, not being in the stands, but be able to help him and other kids, that's a good feeling.
Well, he's being really modest right now.
I was feeling it. I was feeling it.
Right. So just so you said, we had a game today, and we won. What was it? 12-2.
Yeah.
You guys don't have mercy rules in children's baseball.
We do. It's a 7-inning or 7-score run. Was it 7?
Yeah, 7 scores in 1 inning.
In 1 inning. So we did 6 the first inning, 6 the second inning, and then so there is mercy rules.
Okay.
We be dog walking now.
Yeah.
But it's all in fair play, because last year that team was washing us every single game. So kids come and go and things like that, different coaches and stuff. So it's good that the kids learned valuable lessons last year, that things don't always go your way. Do it for the love of the game. It's not about wins and all that other stuff. to where now they're learning about everything else. Because like now, the kids were like, I heard them say, "Oh, I wish the other team would score." Because what is 20-0, they have some empathy. Empathy. It's teaching them empathy now.
I mean, that's not really a fun game if like you just, you know,
For the
dominating the other
losing, I
team.
mean, the winning team, we was having fun.
How fun is that? Like you're not. There's no challenge, you know.
Well,
Hey man,
if you've been on the other side of the ball,
right.
then you would know. So, like like he said last year, we got mopped every weekend. Now it's our turn. So, but like he said, all the kids, they were feeling bad. But I'm a very competitive person, and I'm like, why do you feel bad? That was you last year. They're like, yeah, but I know them, so I hope they get at least one score today. And I was like, all right, that's cool. All right.
So I want to sidestep here. You mentioned a few times that you're a shy person. How long have you been married?
Oh,
Oh, wait, no. Okay, I retract that question.
that's
So
okay. I'm
what?
not good at math.
No, it's not. Just stop. I don't want to get you in trouble at home. So I asked this question because I like, how did you meet your wife if you are a shy guy?
It was through a friend,
Hmm.
but yeah, I knew a friend who knew her, and it was one of those things where, hey, tell your friend I think she's pretty, kind of thing. And that was in 2004,
Okay.
and yeah, we've been married for almost 14 years, I think.
Wow. Congratulations, man. How many
Yeah,
children
thank
do
you.
you guys have?
We got 3 kids,
Okay. And
all
then,
boys.
oh, I'm sorry. Uh, and then I'm gonna guess here. I'm gonna guess it's the middle child friends with Matt's son.
No, the oldest one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Although I'm trying to think. Matt's son is 13 now.
Yeah. 12 or 13, one of the two.
How old's your son?
He is 12, 11.
Okay, okay, okay. So they're not really necessarily in the same class.
Yeah, I think Matthew's a year older. Yeah, Matt's a year older than you, right?
Yeah, I'm 12.
Yeah, he's 12.
Yes, I'm 12. I'm 12, father, my parent.
It changes every year. I don't even know how old I am.
All right, weren't you there, Dad?
Yeah, and I have proof.
Right, you in all the photos, thumbs up and then shit. What year did this happen, sir? I don't know. Are you good? Looking at the outline here, you are into conspiracy theories.
Yeah. I mean, the conspiracy theories, and I don't necessarily believe them all, but I do think it's interesting to hear. And though some of them may be true, some of them may not be true,
Okay.
but it's always good to get other people's perspective, and I think that's what interests me the most about conspiracy theories.
Okay. Well, enlighten us.
Oh, I don't know if anything is true, but one thing's been circulating around here is like UFOs and aliens, if they really do exist, and have we really been to the moon? Everybody and everything suggests that we did or we didn't, or we can't, or we haven't had the ability and we faked it all. But even some people who were on that mission to the moon said that he didn't go there, or why they haven't been there again, which suggests that maybe we didn't go. And back in the 70s, I think um it was more so of a contest between all the other countries who would go there first, and of course America was like, we will go there first, and everything was recorded, and that they've been there first. But you know 50 years later, with our new technology, they're kind of just wondering they really did go there or not. But
So, Chad,
I don't know.
do you think they faked the moon landing?
I I don't know. And both sides say they do. Yes, they do, and another side say they didn't. But both sides have, you know, good evidence that we've been or we haven't been. But I can't tell you which is true. But I would like to hear you guys' perspective on this, and what you guys think.
I think possibly it happened. And with it being the 60s or the 70s, off the top of my head, I can't remember when exactly it would have happened. Um, just like with most things that we as a people, not just Americans, built, it looked strong, but they used some materials that we later found out were not safe for humans to be around. So I feel like it's quite possible that we did go to the moon, and that these former astronauts that are saying we didn't may have suffered from some sort of illness, and maybe they aren't as mentally stable as they feel like they are at this point.
Um, I say yeah. I'm like, I have no real thing to say. No, they didn't. But with conspiracy theories and UFOs and aliens, I just like the idea, like the government is putting out, hey, these are UFOs and everything. Imagine if they said this 20 years ago, how we as a people will accept that versus us now. There's a lot of things going on in the world, in our lives. Them saying UFOs exist or aliens exist, it's not even on the top 10 the list of for me. So it's kind of like cool, yes or no, whatever. It is moved out today. But if they would have presented this information, we'll say 20 years ago, I think it would be a bigger
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, if you guys were to ask me, we I don't think we're the only ones here. I think there's something out there or somebody out there that does exist and has been checking up on us every now and then. The sightings and stuff like that. But we can't be the only ones that are living in this
yeah.
universe, as small as we are. So I personally think they do exist. My wife, she doesn't think so, but we always talk about it,
Oh,
and it's kind of a fun conversation because we're at a different you know answer, but
oh yeah, I've had this conversation with my wife before too, and I like the example I used was the ocean. They are still finding new species in the lower depths of the ocean, even to this day. They're still finding new things like that. Do you really think in the vast universe or vast
Cosmos.
space, yes, that it's just us out here? We're just in our little planet, our little oceans that still to this day they're still finding new species, new plants, and everything else like that. But in the universe, it's just us. There has to be more stuff than us here.
Right.
Yeah. But if you want to talk conspiracies, I have my own conspiracy. Now, I have nothing to back this up with. I have no information to back this up with. Remember when we were kids and you used to always have those got milk ads or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they used to be like, got milk, milk will build your
Good for your
bones, you'll
bones.
get
Yeah.
taller, and all that other stuff when we were kids. So we should drink milk, even in school. It'd be 11 o'clock in the afternoon and you're eating a cheeseburger with some milk or whatever like that, which is silly in itself. Now, as adults, I'm lactose intolerant. Maybe we shouldn't have been drinking all that milk as kids and dairy and stuff. So I think it was a conspiracy on the big farmers to trying to make their money.
Yes.
man,
So I thought it'd be a little bit of
it
pushback, but okay.
no, it gets deeper than that, man. So we are the only mammals as humans Like, we're the only ones who consume milk after they're 1 year old. If you
Yeah.
look at all the other different animals out there, they stop feeding after they're able to get food on their own.
Right, but
So that's
they also aren't like mixing shit together for recipes either.
That's
but
true.
I mean, yeah,
But I don't think that we need to be drinking as much milk and stuff as they tell us to.
I don't think we need to drink milk at all.
So you
What are you gonna
want
put in your
your
cereal?
yeah, you want your
No,
cookies to taste weird
I
and
don't
your
eat
cakes?
cereal.
Right, what about your sweet treats?
No, I don't. I don't eat sweets.
You don't even eat bread?
Nope. Oh, I know. I do eat bread,
Mm-hmm. It's milk and bread.
but
Maybe
that's not the same.
maybe we gotta use almond
You
milk.
use it to cook. You use it to cook.
Right.
Like if you want to make like mac and cheese, you put milk in it, but you're not ingesting it by itself.
Right, but I would feel like your statement is saying we shouldn't consume milk in any way, shape, or form.
Well, no,
So,
that's not.
what?
Okay, let me rephrase that then. All right, so I think that milk is not a product that we should be consuming for calcium purposes.
What do you
My thing is,
suggest instead?
don't they make pills for that?
Yeah, they do make
Why
pills.
we gotta take pills to get our nuts and bolts? Why can't we get it in the food that we eat every day?
Exactly.
Man, I don't know,
But
but I know
I
for me, I'm not drinking no more milk. I even got for my coffee. It's almond milk now, and
I
I don't eat I don't eat I don't eat cereal, and I feel like
you don't need to put milk in cereal, right?
use water.
Just eat the fucking cereal.
dry cereal,
It would be like a crunchy snack. You don't eat chips. You don't eat anything that crunches, Matt.
No, but that's you need
Oreos crunch. You don't need milk.
uh, right, but just
So
a bowl, just
you
eating it.
over here
I guess you could do that.
you over here just getting conditioned by, as you put it, big pharma about like this can only be consumed with milk. Take the fucking milk out. Like stop being brainwashed, brother.
You're right. The big cereal company got me. The
Yeah.
big cereal company. Them and the big farm. They had they plan together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat cereal, so I'm not gonna be bothered with this. But that's got me thinking. When I used to think about all that got milk ads and everything, it's like now milk. Mm-mm. Even like cheese sometimes be messing up my stomach too. So maybe it's all dairy. I don't know, or that could be just me.
You
Maybe
just
I'm the crazy one.
You're getting older though. Like our
Mm.
bodies can't do the same things they did when they were younger, and you
That is
just
true.
have to accept that.
That's why I stopped eating ice cream. Like every time, like I love ice cream. Like, yeah, don't consume milk for its nutrition value, but I eat ice cream. But man, I love ice cream, and my stomach isn't the same anymore. As soon as I hit that 3-0, it's
Right. Right. Chad, do you have any conspiracy theories that you believe in?
Yeah. I believe that there is a strong effort by orange juice companies to make the market a lot smaller for apple juice. They're just squeezing out apple juice because like you go to the grocery store and you got like 6 different versions of orange juice, and like there's like maybe if you're lucky 2 for apple juice, and there's so many different kinds of apples, but we have so few options for apple juice.
This is a new one, but okay,
that, that
you're
is new.
correct with your facts. I've never thought of it like that, but I think you might be right. I mean, you're all right
Like,
with the facts. There is like little to no options on apple juice, but
Right.
there's a lot of orange juice out there.
Yeah.
so apple juice and orange juice, right? Uh, if and even maple syrup. So what I've heard is like in maple syrup is not real. Like if you look at the contents of maple syrup, it's basically water, oil, and sugar. It's not
Uh-huh.
real maple syrup. So I don't remember the ingredients offhand, but majority of the maple syrup that we buy off the shelf isn't real maple syrup. If you want real maple syrup, you got to get it from the tree.
Mhm.
But a lot of like anime, I think it's anime
Sure.
or whatever that big brand is. That
Mhm.
it's all fake. It's just
Uh-huh.
oil, and water, I guess. But it's not real syrup. So even like anything that you see that's like has like concentrate or um, artificial flavor, all that stuff is fake.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more than just um, orange juice, apple juice. If anything, if it has less, to me, if it has less options of that juice, might be the more real juice that you're drinking
Right. Yeah.
instead of
That's where like you gotta
the mass brand juices that are out there on the shelves.
Okay.
But
right. Probably gotta shop at those Trader Joe's or those what's the word I'm looking for? Not official, more natural.
Yeah.
farmer market, like
Yeah.
a farmer
Yeah,
market.
stuff. Yeah.
So
So I know
Jaden, I want to ask you this question before we move on. Can we see your bank statements? Can we see like the payments you're getting from Big Orange Juice for you to just wash down my valid theory?
So before the podcast, they said you guys tell me that I didn't have to show any proof of anything, but um,
I'm just
and
like I didn't
that's your
realize they
rule.
got you. I didn't realize they got you.
They got all of us.
But you're about to get snatched up now. So you are into Naruto?
Oh man, I love Naruto. Naruto is my favorite anime of all time. They have a lot of anime that's been out there. If you look at my background, all that stuff, that's all Naruto Funko Pops.
Okay.
So I don't know. A lot of people out there are into Funko Pops, and I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Matt has seen my collection. I almost completed my collection of Funko Pops, but Funko keeps producing more.
Yeah.
So my wife is super mad that I keep adding to my collection. That if I show you my bank account, that's what you're gonna see. Funko, 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 Funko.
I see.
But yeah,
using
all that, man.
that big orange juice money for Funkos.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, OJ.
Oh, oh, oh.
Not
Don't
orange juice. Thank
do
you.
not
Oranges.
use those
Orange
letters.
juice. Orange juice.
um okay, so how many Naruto series are there? There's spin-offs, right? Or
No,
continuations?
there's one spin-off, and um Japan is going to release another series that just got postponed. It kind of hurt my heart a little bit because I was waiting for it. It was supposed to come out this month, but they're going to do a Minato spinoff, which is Naruto's dad.
Oh,
But they have a Boruto series, which is Naruto's son, and it's not really the favorite because I talked to a lot of people. They don't like Boruto, but Naruto is my favorite series. I'm gonna be one of the characters for Halloween this year.
okay.
I spent like $95 on this costume, and
I I like that because I'm gonna be a anime character following too. I'm gonna
I
be
have a feeling.
Luffy.
Yeah, I had a
Luffy,
I'm gonna
feeling.
be Luffy.
yeah,
Yeah.
So you're gonna be out here shirtless, Matt?
You know how I do. No, I'm
that's
not.
what I'm
I will
talking
have
about.
a. He has a scar on his chest, so I'll have a shirt that like that.
I gotcha. Okay.
Hey, but they will be a Comic Con in Osaka.
Ooh,
When?
what are the
In
dates?
December. In December.
Matt, Matt.
So Matt, I'm going to
I
that.
I I'm on it, Chad. All right, Jaden, we'll talk more about this and for all the details and stuff.
Not even just that, man. You have to
I
be.
know, I know, I know.
What
Content,
what
content.
specifically was I about to say?
Oh, I don't know. What you gonna say?
Like me, you have to do a vlog.
Oh, so you're coming.
So you gotta be mindful of what's going on. You gotta take that camera out. You don't be fucking filming this shit like you posting on TikTok. Keep it in mind for YouTube. Hold that camera vertically. Be fucking professional. You gotta talk to the camera. You gotta talk to the people, Matt. This is content, baby. This is content in its purest form. All right. We got this shit. We're creators, man. And you going on location.
Hey, I got you, Matt. I got you.
All right, all right. Sure. I will do all of that. Yes, this will be a good experience. I've never been to a Comic Con at all, so
Me neither.
uh, also if my costume hits like I'm expecting to hit, I think it'd be a
Yeah,
good
cosplay.
sensation out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm
Hey,
really
listen,
excited for this.
if you guys like me on this on your guys' show, if my costume comes in, I'll wear it. I'll wear it to you guys next show.
Okay.
It all depends on how these numbers do.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
So
that. It uh,
please, everybody.
I know it's been a minute since you've been out of the dating field, but like that feels like you're on the first date and you're having a good time and you're like, hey, so if this date goes well that we're on right now, next time I'm like, my dude, let's let's see what happens after we get the check, all right? Our food didn't even come.
Hey, hey, but right now we still good. We bobbing right now. I need you to say yes
Right.
now.
I I need a commitment in this moment. But no, it's all in.
Right. While everything is still good, I need you to like me now.
I'm just throwing out little things here and there, just
Putting
in
out those
case. Just in case.
breadcrumbs. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
just in case.
So Matt, you have been checking out the spinoff for The Boys.
Yes. Gen Z, or excuse me, Gen V, just dropped, if not yesterday, then the day before that, and pretty good. They just dropped the first 3 episodes, so I watched all of first episode. I'm in the middle of the second episode. I fell off of The Boys. How many seasons was it? 3.
So far.
3. Yeah.
Okay, so I fell off in the middle of season 3, and then I just never got back for whatever reason. And just watched episode 1 of Gen V. It rekindled my love for The Boys and everything that they do and how they do it and stuff. It was just like, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I loved it. So it's not a sequel. I don't know how to word this. It takes place either after season 3 or during season 3 with different characters in different scenarios. So if you love The Boys, then this is gonna be right up your alley.
Can you give us a little bit more like what is the show about exactly?
It is about they have a university and that's backed by
Bot.
yes, there we go. Backed by VOD. So now you have these kids at superhero university, and of course things are things go awry, and they have to go and do things and stuff like that. I won't want to give no spoilers because I know it just came out and everything, but yes, yeah, so it's about superhero university.
Okay. And then you also checked out a show on Netflix that is very much in your wheelhouse.
Of course it is. Wrestlers on Netflix. It is a documentary. It is about Ohio Valley Wrestling. It's a independent wrestling. It used to be the what's the word I'm looking for? Feeder system for WWE. WWE used to have a feeder system for like new people to come in. They would train them up in OVW, and then
What is
they will go to
OVW? Don't do abbreviations.
Oh, I said it earlier. I said
Okay, okay.
Ohio Valley Wrestling. Yeah. So some of the wrestlers you might know that went through Ohio Valley Wrestling: John Cena, Dave Batista, Randy Orton. All of these wrestlers came from OVW, and this documentary is about OVW now. Right now, WWE has their own performance center, so they don't have a feeder system anymore. They have their own thing what they use. So now OVW is just an independent wrestling company run by Al Snow. Wrestling fans would know who Al Snow is, and it just documents them because they're not making a lot of money, and it just shows the behind the scenes of basically professional wrestling. Like they show them coming up with the plans, the scripts, and things like that. Also, it shows the personal of these wrestlers, like their real lives. So you have like a mother who's working behind the scenes, her daughter's wrestling in there. They don't have a good relationship. You have an old timer in there where he's been doing this for 20 plus years, never got a big break, and it accumulates because the new owners of them are saying we're not making any money. So after X amount of months, we're going to hold this big pay-per-view and we're going to go all out. And if we don't make the money we need, then we're probably going to have to shut this place down. So after these episodes, they show all of them trying to do it. They're working in like parking lots, car dealerships,
So
everything like that.
basically, they gotta have a big dance off to save the rec center.
Basically, but with wrestling.
Okay.
So it's
Jaden, are you into wrestling?
I used to. I used to be back in the day, but since I'm not Stone Cold Steve Austin days, I was all into it.
So when you were a child?
Oh no, I'm much older than that.
No,
Yeah,
when
yeah. No, I'm
was
just
it when
kidding.
he? Yeah, I'm like, when he hot?
Yeah.
When?
So when I was a
yeah,
child, yeah.
Okay.
late
But
90s,
I
early
mean,
2000s.
Yeah.
yeah, early 2000 days. Plus, I don't have a cable, so I don't really watch it anymore. I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff over there.
A whole bunch of
Dang it.
Funkos.
No, cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh,
Another time.
got
Another
that
time.
got that blue eyes white dragon. That's all I remember.
I got that black magician or I think it's the black magician. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I was hanging out with a friend of the show, Rachel, a while back, and she wanted to check out this movie called Kissing Jessica Stein. It came out in 2001, and it's a movie about a straight woman coming to the realization that she might be a lesbian. But you have to keep in mind that not only does this take place in 2001, it was made in 2001. So you have like some of the sensibilities of the LGBT plus community of the time, um,
Mm-hmm.
where she isn't comfortable letting anyone in her life know that she's like dating a woman. Um, there's like weird stigma around like that community, um, unjust stigma. And it's about like the ups and downs of the relationship that she has with this woman. And her like refusal to like fully let her in all aspects of her life. Like her brother's getting married and she doesn't even tell, like, and like that's happening in the background of the movie. And she doesn't find, and the woman doesn't find out that she's going to her brother's wedding until like a couple of days before. And she's like, why didn't you tell me your brother was getting married? What the hell are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is not a good movie. Um, the main character is like literally the worst. Like in today's in today's verbiage, she's like a human red flag. Like even when like they're on their first date and like she's like laying it all out while the woman needs to like leave her alone and like
Mm-hmm.
she's just still in it. And I feel like the final message of the movie is damaging because like she finally accepts not accepts, but she finally like she accepts who she truly is, and she tells her family and friends that she is a lesbian. And by the end of the movie, she breaks up. Well, her girlfriend breaks up with her, but she ends up dating getting back with a man by the end of the movie.
So that neglects the whole movie, then, right?
Right.
Right.
And so that feels like such a 2001 ending of this movie
Hmm.
where it's like, yeah, we can't, the moral of the story is you can play in the pool, but like you shouldn't stay in it. So we're
Right.
having it both ways. And like I feel like that is extremely harmful.
Yes. What did Rachel think of it?
She hated it as well.
Okay.
But the reason she wanted to check it out is because the main character is Jewish and there's like a lot of like um Jewish representation in the movie.
Okay.
Mm.
I looked up the poster for it, and at
Mhm.
first I thought it was a Phoebe from Friends.
That's funny. Yeah, I could kind of see that. But yeah, and then I also want to do a follow up. A couple weeks ago on the show, I talked about a game called Unpacking. I actually mistakenly called it was it moving up or packing up or some shit like that. But yeah, so a couple more things. At this point, I am on the final level of the game. And so I said on the third level of like unpacking, you don't only way you learn about this character is like through the stuff that you take out of the box and like the homes that you're in. So on
Mm.
level 4 of the game, she's moving into an apartment with a guy. It's like a slick apartment in the city, and it's like the apartment is big enough for him. So like as I'm unpacking stuff, it's like real. I'm having to like shift his stuff around to make stuff room for her stuff. And so
Uh-huh.
it's like a kind of very frustrating thing. And so once you finish that level, it jumps 2 years and like you're in like a bedroom and a half bath. And like from the context clues, they broke up and she moved back in with her parents. And and so like I remember like in the level before that, like there was like a picture on the refrigerator of like two people. Like this is like kind of cartoony style. So it's like you can't fully it's not like detailed. And so like
Mm.
as I'm unpacking, like I hung up like that picture that was on the refrigerator. And as I told you last time, when you get to the end of the level, the game's like, hey, you know good and well, you're not supposed to put your toothbrush under your pillow. And
Uh-huh.
so like the level wouldn't let me end it because it's like, don't hang that picture up. So I had I had to put it in a drawer.
uh,
So then after that, she gets her own little place. It's a good sized place, but it's kind of it's not that very modern. So I'm sure like this is probably like a cheaper place in a not great neighborhood because like a lot of stuff's older, but it's a really big place. So we had so much room for her shit. And then the level
and man,
after,
she independent now. She has to,
yeah,
do what she got to do now.
yeah,
And
exactly.
this is a video game,
hmm It's on everything. So mobile, PlayStations, Xbox, Switch is on everything. It's a fun
and
little
it's
game.
like a
It's an
like life,
it's an unpacking simulator.
but
uh,
like going through life
basically, oh yeah, this
kind
faceless
of thing.
character's life. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then the level after that, somebody's moving in with her, and it's another woman. And I'm like, okay, go off, girl. And it's still a good sized place. So like there's plenty of room for the lady's stuff. What kind of annoyed me is like this woman that she's dating now is like into plants. So it's like all these plants and flowers I have to find places for, like specifically like by windows and shit. So that's
So,
annoying.
so if you try to put it just like on the bed, the game won't let you do that.
Or like not by a light source because it would die.
Right, right.
So like I'm on the final level right now where they get a well, I don't know if she's still with this woman because I haven't unpacked anything in the bedroom to see like multiple bras, but like she has a house in the last bedroom, in the last level, and also there's a nursery. But and the house is huge. It's got like 8 rooms. And so only thing I've unpacked is like, is it got like a mud room when you come into the house, like that room where you just take your shoes off?
Mudroom, foyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I unpacked that, and then I'm currently working on unpacking her living room. So next week I will follow up on like what the final verdict is. But it's a fun game. It's a chill game. You can, play it and like have other stuff going on in the background. It's just, you don't have to, you have to think, because you gotta be like, what is this cup? Is this a cup that I rinse my mouth with when I brush my teeth, or is this a cup that I use in the kitchen? So yeah, think about that kind of stuff, but like nothing too mentally straining.
Yes, you
So
need
it's
to
like,
finish this game up in the next 3 weeks because the big game's coming out. Spider-Man 2.
Yes, yes,
ooh.
yes, yes. Oh, we will
So
definitely have our little corners for that.
are you a PC, PS, 4 or 5 or Xbox,
I'm a
um,
PlayStation 5 guy.
PlayStation 5?
How about
Me
you?
What
too.
about? I'm an Xbox dude.
I see. Odd man out, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But I did start with well, PlayStation first, and until the Xbox came out. But
Yeah.
that's interesting. They had another app similar to that, but it's just you. It's called Life, and you yeah, you start out as a baby, and then you just make different decisions, and that's where your life will go.
Okay.
And it's not as intricate as unpacking. You just make decisions. You can speed up something if you don't want to go through it or whatnot, and it's like a fast life. Like the board game Life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is like a speed of that version. It's interesting because you can go all up until you, and then you die, then you're reborn again and whatnot, and
Is
you
that
can
like,
start a new life.
yeah, I was gonna say, is that like New Game Plus after you die?
I've never played that one, but it's something like that.
No, no, like you know how in some games where it's like, oh yeah, you beat the game, you can play it again, but like some of your features are unlocked. It's like, it's
Oh,
a new game, but plus.
what is it? Like Sims? It's like Sims.
Okay.
They got me thinking, what was that game on Rick and Morty where you play as that carpet
Oh,
salesman?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Where you just go through his whole life and then you die.
Oh, so by the time this post, the new season would have started.
Did you watch the trailer?
It looks good, and the new voices sound the same.
Right. It sounds exactly the same. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess
Yeah,
they're not gonna miss a beat then.
hopeful. I mean, but the thing is, like, he was also a writer on the show.
Right. So yeah, that's true. But as far as voice, it's not gonna be totally different.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys ready to hit the main event?
Yes.
This week
Hey,
we what? What?
I'm sorry.
What's up?
I took notes for you, Chad.
Oh, oh, okay, okay, okay. This week we discuss Gone Girl.
As you all know, my wife, Amy Elliott Dunn, disappeared 3 days ago. I had nothing to do with the disappearance of my wife.
With his wife's disappearance having become the focus of an intense media circus, a man sees the spotlight turned on him when it's suspected that he may not be innocent. So, Jaden, why don't you take the lead here and tell us your thoughts on the movie, and also, um, yeah, just tell us your thoughts on the movie, and we'll come back to that fear thing after we all go.
All right. So, I watched this movie before, like a while back, and I knew the gist of it, but I forgot about some of the little things. But this is I guess it's like a suspenseful type of movie, and I liked it. I liked the movie. It kept me wanting to know more, and it was kind of disturbing also, um, because of how this chick, you know, plotted her entire scheme, you know, and she watched like murder mysteries or how to get away with murder
True
and stuff
crime.
like that. What's that?
True crime.
Oh, true crime, yeah, and that's kind of concerning because my wife watches all those kinds of TV shows and stuff like that. So if she becomes missing, you guys are my witnesses that I didn't do it. You know, but
Uh, well, then that's a good thing that Chad stopped you earlier when he asked you when was your anniversary. So that was a good thing that you didn't answer.
but yeah, man, I watched it, and they say that geniuses are also psychopaths. So
Hmm.
it took a lot of thought and planning to do this, and really, 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 really smart people do all that, in whatever profession that they're in, and I really liked it, and this kind of reminded me of a movie in the early 2000s, Fatal Attraction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When she did that hammer trick to her face, and I was like,
Hmm.
oh man, this chick is crazy. Uh, and and all that stuff, and on her return back to home, and how she plotted that out, man. And the actor Ben Affleck, he was like, "You freaking bitch," and and how she came out of the car, and and her scene with all the reporters. And I thought it was really funny that the neighbors across the street, had their lawn chairs all out in a line, just watching
Hmm.
the show, just like we are. But
Hmm.
yeah, but I have a question for you guys after I hear your guys' thought. But I thought it was a really good movie. It was well thought out, and they left you at a cliffhanger. So I'll let you guys say what you guys thought, and I got a question for you.
So I don't feel like it's much of a cliffhanger. Like the movie ends with basically Ben Affleck's character, he still goes to jail, whether he goes to like regular people jail or this mental jail that he's in now with his wife. Like he has been sentenced. And so like he has been punished essentially for his sins, quote unquote. That's kind of how I read the ending. I really like this movie. Like I saw this movie when it came out in the theater in 2014, and I was like, this is probably the scariest movie I've ever seen this year. Just because it's like it's so real. Like I said in the intro, if your spouse goes missing, you are the number one suspect. Unless there's like hard evidence of like there being something else happening, it makes the most logical sense that you, the spouse, did it. So why waste resources into looking into any other leads? And I also like how like the police were like messing with him. Like when the female investigator was like, what is your wife's blood type? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, how would you not know your wife's blood type? And then he leaves the room, and her partner's like, should I know my wife's blood type? And she's like, no. Like, why would that's weird. What are you talking about? Like it's just like all
Right.
these little mental games that the police play with him, and it's like they aren't your friend. They're just trying to get what they want. Um, I remember Tyler Perry was in this, but I forgot how good he was in this. And it's just like, stop directing yourself, Tyler Perry. You're a really good actor.
That's what surprised me. I like you said, I forgot he was in this. Then when I saw him, I was like, oh. Then when he was acting, I was like, oh, that's right. He can do this.
Right. You just need to get out of your own way.
Right.
I forgot that there were boobs in this movie. Just like out of nowhere, like random boobs. I'm like, we didn't need this, but like, okay, I guess.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I just really liked how like there were so many layers, and it's just like you could not fully trust Ben Affleck's character, even though we've been following him from the beginning. And also, I like how, like, when we were doing the flashbacks, you slowly realize that these are her journal entries and they're so rosy. And, like, the dialogue feels a little bit off because it's fake. But, yeah, I really like this movie. Great casting all around. It's a solid film.
Yeah, I third this. Yes, I love this movie. I've seen it before, but long ago. Watched it again. I really like the storytelling of this. I like the play of it at the beginning of the story of how it happens, and then going back and forth, and then cut to her doing her thing. I just really like the storytelling of it. Um, Let me go back. When I say storytelling, he's perceived to be it. Then everybody hates him. Then he does the reporting thing. Everybody loves him. And everybody hates him again. And then everything like that too. I love this. Like, if this was my first time watching, I would have been glued to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Acting was great. Um, it was weird seeing Neil Patrick Harris
Yeah.
in that role. Um, but I just feel like the cops not taking it easy. That's not the right word. They were like a lot of this stuff was hand fed to them, so they just accepted it. And the female detective didn't start thinking about it till after um, his wife showed up.
Right.
To where like, oh, how convenient was the, like, even someone were saying, like, she said some of the stuff like, why wasn't the journal burned all the way up? Why is this all the stuff? You get a random tip about all the stuff in the shed. It was kind of like they just it was very convenient for everything that they found.
Yeah. I mean, but that was the whole point, though. It's like, why are you questioning these things in a case where the wife's missing?
Right. I mean, I get it, but it was kind of like to where you'll think the cops would have been like more like, later on she was a female detective, but at the time you should have been like, okay, this is a layup for this. But I
Well,
did like the part.
you heard the detective or the cop. He was like, "Well, haven't you heard that saying? If it's in front of you,
Those,
then that's the real answer."
yeah,
But
the
she was like,
simplest
I
answer is the answer or some shit like that.
yeah, the
Right,
simplest answer is right in front of you." And she's like, "I've never found that to be true."
Right.
right. But I did enjoy to when they had the second reporter come to their house, and she was all nice to him. He was like, "Didn't you say I was a murderer? Didn't you say I was having sex with my sister and everything?" And he kept that. I like that. I'm glad he didn't just be like, "Oh, welcome inside." So I like
Mhm.
that part.
What
But yeah,
question did you want
overall,
to
great
ask
movie.
us? What question did you want to ask us, Jaden?
All right, so at the end of the movie, you see her head, kind of laying down, and we don't know who it is, but somebody's, like petting her head and stuff like that, and we'll just assume that's Ben Affleck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Mhm.
saying, "What are you thinking right now?" And what's going on in your brain? Um, and that's kind of where it left off. And he already said that, I'm going to stay with her. I'm going to raise my kid because that's what I'm going to do. You know, but if and this movie was already like 2 hours and something minutes already. It's a long movie. But if they had 30 extra minutes, do you think that Ben Affleck or the character would have stayed or would have eventually left or um because she was like she's already crazy and she told him I have killed for you. Who can else say that? you know and to me that's nuts. Like if a woman has done that, that's nuts. I wouldn't have trusted her with three pennies. you know and he wanted to leave and she bust this I'm pregnant kind of thing. If they had because they left it there where she's just looking at the camera and smiling like a crazy lady.
Mhm.
If there was 30 minutes left, how do you think they would have ended it?
I think he would have stayed with her. I don't think he would have done anything like crazy or like left or anything because he already had his mind made up that she's pregnant, I'm staying. So, and as long as he quote unquote played right, she was still going to be the good wife. So I just believe like he probably still hates her, has animosity, all that's feelings, but physically, I think he would have just stayed and played this out.
Yeah, it would have just been like a slow flash forward through the rest of his life, raising that kid, seeing the kid off to college, and like maybe after, maybe the night that they drop their kid off at college, he murders her or something like that.
Oh damn!
Well, you went dark on that one, but yeah,
It's not a cheerful film.
right. Harboring 18 years of rage.
Yeah.
And that's something because
Yeah,
it wasn't like she keyed his car or something. She did a elaborate stuff to actually like destroy him. So, and then for him to still stay and everything, it's just, I would be more concerned about her. Like if you've done, not only have you set me up, you've killed somebody, I would just be concerned in my day-to-day life. Just like when she was like, oh, you want a breakfast or something like that. I'd
but
be
you want a
wondering,
crate?
thinking, yeah, is she
Yeah.
gonna kill me or something like that? That would be my
Yeah,
concern on like everyday life.
I think what broke the camel's back was when she learned that he was having an affair. Like
Now
all the
speaking of
other
that,
stuff she could have let slide.
I don't think it was just the affair. I think it was a simple fact that he did the thing
yeah,
that she
yeah,
did for
Oh,
him.
I see. I see.
Like I think if it
yeah.
was a regular affair, it would have been one thing, but the same moves that you put on me, you put on her. I think that's what did it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But I thought that if they gave 30 minutes left, I thought that eventually, when the baby was born, he would get a blood test, and then he would just dip out if it wasn't his. Because he said, "I haven't been with you for 9 months, so
Mm-hmm.
how are you pregnant with my child?" And he's like, "I want a paternity test, I want a blood test, I want all the kinds of tests that I can get."
Right, but
And
that still plays bad for him in the media because if it's not his baby, it's Neil Patrick Harris's baby. And so you're gonna leave this woman with her baby? Like that's bad form for
Oh
him
yeah,
too.
that's true. Yeah.
but he didn't care about the
He
media. He's
didn't
like,
when she got back and he was like, I'm leaving you, and she's like, how is that going to play? You would be fucking destroyed. Your whole image would be tarnished. And also, look at the glow up he got because she came back. His shitty bar is
"Yeah,
franchised now. Like
He has
yeah,
a book
she
and TV deals and everything
right.
like that. Yeah.
So like this whole event elevated both of their lives. He can't leave.
yeah," and the lawyer, he was like, "You should thank her. If anything,
Right.
you
Right.
got a new bar. It looks top 10 on top
Yeah.
10 bars to go in their city. So yeah, I guess so.
Right. So I say, yeah, he'll have to ride this out to 18 and then just kill her, I guess, or break away. Now, it wouldn't be interesting if he just left. So to make it crazy, yeah, he'll have to kill her and
Like
set it
she
up
did the
like she
stalker.
said. Right. He'll have to do something like that.
So what do you guys think the Rotten Tomatoes was on this movie?
Something high. Probably 90. I'm gonna go with 90.
I think it would be in the 94 percentage, I guess.
What number did you say, Matt?
90.
87% with 375 critic reviews with over 100,000 audience score ratings.
Damn. That's a
It
lot.
had yeah, what this yeah. It's also an 87% for the audience score.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
All right. So, of the following actors, which of the following was not considered for the lead role, the lead male role? A. Tom Cruise, B. Matt Damon, C. John Hamm, or D. Ryan Reynolds?
I want to go with Tom Cruise or hold on, John Cruise or Ryan Reynolds because I can't. I go Tom Cruise. Oh, you
Is
said
that
not
me?
considered. Hold on. Let me change my thought. Considered. I could see them considering Tom Cruise. Ryan Reynolds.
I say Tom Cruise.
Okay, so the answer is Matt Damon. So Tom Cruise was mostly down to be in this movie with Reese Witherspoon, but they neither was okay with that shower scene.
Hmm.
And John Hamm was like the one of the final picks, but at the time he was working on Mad Men, and they wouldn't rearrange his schedule so that he could be the lead.
Oh, okay.
So, and Ryan Reynolds was in the conversation, but he eventually fell off. Let's see. The Tanner Bolt, played by Tyler Perry, was initially written as an Alec Baldwin type. Although the film is based in North Carthage, Missouri, Gone Girl was actually filmed in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And lastly, the movie was edited in Adobe Premiere, my favorite editing software.
Now your favorite.
Now has always been my favorite. I don't like Final Cut. All right, so Jaden, I want to thank you so much for coming on and goofing around with us this evening. It was a good conversation. Good to finally meet you, man. Because like Matt's talked about you a lot, and nice to put a face to the name.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me onto the podcast, man. It's been fun. I've never done something like this ever in my life. And it's cool, man, to get on something that a lot of people will see, I guess.
Hopefully they will see
Yeah,
it.
hopefully. But I mean, you guys get a lot of viewers, and I am nowhere near in this kind of viewing, I guess. But it's been fun. I've listened to you guys, and I tell Matt every time I listen to you guys' podcast, I want to talk shit back to you guys because I don't think what you guys are saying is good. Sorry, Rachel. Sorry, Rachel. But and he's like, man, put a comment in, get in the podcast. And
Right.
it's been fun to listen to you guys and be on the show. So thank you for inviting me on the show and having me here.
Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Yes, it's a thing. Yes, we have it. No, we don't use it. At We Used to Talk Pod. Follow me on Letterboxd at BOW1213 and Matt at Mr. King0257. I'm so sorry, Jaden. Do you have anything you want to plug?
No, I'm good.
All right. Come back next week when we discuss the stage version of Into the Woods.
And like always, I don't know if this is a good episode. I don't know if this is a bad episode. But whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening.